high school, I was a pretty carefree kid. I had all the time to create, explore, and play, but all of that changed freshman year, where all of a sudden it felt like everything I did from now on would matter for getting into college. And one of my biggest problems was that instead of actually making progress on my work, I just get frozen by how daunting everything felt and not do much at all or not use my time wisely. You might also know this feeling as procrastination, and this was the exact feeling that spurred the development of Timetek, with the intention of making life feel more manageable so that students have time for the things that they love. Currently, students try to keep track of everything with cluttered online planners, outdated paper agendas, or they try to remember everything themselves. And as you heard in my story, and from what we've seen with a lot of teenagers, the lack of effective time management is a big problem for students, which leads to more stress and a lower performance level.
This is the problem that we're aiming to fix. Hi, I'm Tanvi, and that was Sarah you just heard presenting, and we're both high schoolers in Northern Virginia. So now let's go back to our solution. We're introducing Timetek, the app that acts as a digital personal assistant and smart agenda combined. So let's walk through how our beta looks so you can get a brief overview of the app's basic functionalities. This beta version was actually launched on the App Store a few months ago for the purpose of testing and gaining feedback. And as you can see on the screen, students are able to add their assignments, edit availability, and track progress after being given a schedule as shown by the beta advisor.
While there are other time management apps on the market, they just act like simple to-do lists and they don't customize for the user. So we saw this as a huge opportunity to create a much better tool that's active versus passive and assists the user instead of fully relying on them to have to figure out everything. Our biggest differentiator is a time chunking feature. I'm sure we've all been in a position where we have lots to get done, and maybe the tasks themselves aren't even that hard, but we have a difficult time planning ahead and procrastinate the execution. Schedules are like puzzles, and knowing where to fit all the pieces or tasks is challenging. But with the time chunking feature, Timetek essentially tells you where all those pieces go, so you just have to focus on the action. You'd basically give the app information about an assignment's due date and approximately how long it'll take to complete. So based on this information, the app will split up your time into manageable portions and plan out your schedule for you, telling you when and for how long you have to work on that assignment up until the deadline. This is really helpful because it takes the uncertainty out of planning your schedule. The second feature that differentiates us is the procrastination score report. Based on user input, we'll be able to see how often students actually stick to their goals and when they're saving things until the last minute. Each week, Timetek will give the user a score and suggestions for what areas to improve, pointing out if there's one subject they're consistently procrastinating so that they can build better habits. Lastly, Timetek will have a chatbot, and this will be the user's personal assistant. It'll send reminders to get tasks done and suggestions from the procrastination report. Also, users will be able to engage with it for preset actions, like being able to rate how well the week went for them so that they can log and view progress over time.
So now you're probably wondering how Timetek will generate revenue. Well, by focusing on three main revenue streams, subscription plans, ad placement, and data monetization, Timetek's estimated revenue at the end of year one will exceed $35,000. And as you'll hear later on, we're also planning to license Timetek to school districts, creating our largest revenue stream. Now, we would like to highlight the partnerships that we formed that have helped us initiate our vision. Timetek was accepted into the Google Cloud for Startups program, and an investor, WLC Architecture and Design, has approached us to offer expertise with development. In the future, WLC would also like to sign on as a client for Timetek to implement digital time management methods into the architecture space. And lastly, another facet of our vision is to secure a partnership with school counties. Let's take a look at an example of a school district where I grew up, Loudoun County, Virginia. In 2019, Loudoun County spent an average of $14,000 per student, which includes the price for productivity apps. In 2018, the county purchased a physical agenda for every student. And although the agendas were widely used, a repurchase did not take place due to environmental concerns. Timetek is not only a more environmentally sustainable option, but also provides an easier way for students to consistently track their assignments while giving unique insights. We believe that every student should have the opportunity to make the most out of their time. Currently, we're seeking funds and mentorship to help through the development process and navigate the edtech space. We hope you'll join us in fulfilling our vision of helping students manage their time so time doesn't manage them.